You woke up today morning, you checked Bitcoin price, and you saw $82,000. And now you're asking yourself, should I jump back in or should I wait and see if the bull market comes back? But at the same time, you don't want to lose and you don't want to miss the bull market. The next thing you did, you went to Twitter to basically see what other people are doing, right? On Twitter, you see mixed messages. One guy is saying, I don't think Ether will ever trade again above $2,000. Super bearish. The other guy is sharing charts of stocks and comparing the COVID crash and the quick recovery and the current crash and also the quick recovery that we got a few days back. And now you're asking yourself, should you really jump back into the market or should you wait? But you also don't want to miss that, right? If Bitcoin just jumps to 95,000, what you gonna do? You're gonna miss this huge run? No, I'll show you what you can do. Let's jump back straight into the charts because you are going to love what I developed and I'm going to share this with you. Look, I developed an indicator. Let me just jump back into the chart on TradingView. I developed an indicator that shows the perfect buy and sell signals for every single coin. At the bottom of my chart, you see two indicators. Here you see the 4-hour cycle. Here you see the 12-hour cycle. Okay, these are extremely important indicators. But what is more important are these green and red arrows that you see on the chart. Okay, these are actually showing the buy and sell signal. So if we go here to the Bitcoin price, let's say March 14, we had a buy signal. Okay, right here we had a buy signal, and then we had two sell. No, we actually had three sell signals. So the first sell signal was here, right here in profit. The second sell signal was also in profit, and the third sell signal was also in profit. All of them were in profit. Now, if we go a little bit more bad, you see, we are actually talking about ANA here. We're not talking about Bitcoin. Sorry, guys, but that's a good news because this indicator you can apply on any coin. Look, this is ANA, right? Let's assume you bought here on the buy signal, then you bought again on the second, on the third buy signal, and you sold here. You are in profit as well. And so on and so on. Here, basically the same kind of thing. Now, what is important in this strategy is your risk appetite, how much you're willing to risk. If you're willing to buy on the very first buy signal and sell on the very first sell signal, that's fine, that's conservative, and you're going to make money. But if you want to risk more, you basically DCA with every buy signal. Also, you apply the strategy not on every single coin, but on coins that actually are performing well or performed well in the past. For example, Solana, Ethereum. I wouldn't apply this coin on something like Matic, Polygon, that's simply going down against Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin itself. So what I want to show right now, I want to jump into the chart and show how this strategy performs against Bitcoin before we're actually jumping and understanding how you can get along with the strategy. So look, guys, today you're asking yourself, should you jump back into the market? And this strategy is telling you no, because it's printing the very first sell signal. Okay, so you don't want to jump back into the market when there is a sell signal present. How do you understand when the sell signal is going to occur? Well, basically you look at these two indicators, the 12-hour and the 4-hour. If they are above 80, like in this situation, they're very at the top, they're preaching the top, now we can only expect a sell signal to appear. And on the other side, if they're actually preaching the bottom, or at least one of them is preaching the bottom, like this one, you can expect a buy signal to appear. Now, the logic is more complicated, and we're going to talk about it in the next videos. However, it is based on the 4-hour and 12-hour cycles. For example, here you can see we got a first buy signal, the second buy signal, and a bunch of sell signals at the top, okay? And what happened when the buy signals flashed? The 4-hour and the 12-hour chart, they were at the bottom. When the second buy signal flashed, the 12-hour cycle was at the bottom. And you simply rinse and repeat. There is not more complex than that. Now, the most important question, how you can get access to this indicator and how you can use it. Now, in order to get access, all you have to do, you go to the description of any of my videos, you scroll a bit down, and here where it says the best crypto newsletter explaining Bitcoin cycles for free, you click on it and it will open a Strategy Master Substack. It's basically a newsletter that I write, okay? And the very first article, will be about how to make money in a falling market. You click this article and you read it through. And here I explain everything about the strategy. I explain how the strategy works, which cycles are involved, and how you can get access to the strategy yourself. Okay, so you don't have to spend hours and hours in the chart. All you have to do is apply the strategy on your trading view and basically find the points of buying and selling. Now, it's not only showing the buying and selling points. What is showing on the charts is also the zones that are interesting for us. Each of these green marked zones are actually interesting for us. So for example, let me just quickly remove all this unnecessary things. So I would remove the cycles right now, and I would remove the strategy itself. Okay, I remove the strategy. Now what is left on the chart are these green zones. You see, green is here. Green is here. Oh, sorry. Now we go back. We see green is here. And actually, every single time the Bitcoin or any currency that you apply for dips, we have these green cycles. We have a green cycle. Here was not the best one. So not every green cycle will bring you huge profit. For example, here, after the green cycle, we jumped up. But the jump was really not that big, as one would expect, right? Went about 4%. Well, for a 1 or 2 day trade, it's actually perfect. But of course, we want to jump into the market when we're showing the real bottom, like here and here. Oh, again, you see, the strategy doesn't want to leave me. Anyways, what happened, for example, after this green thing, we went up by 8%. So sometimes you don't even need to wait for sell signals. You can set an alarm on TradingView saying that, hey, whenever I purchase and this currency that I purchase increases by a certain amount, for example, 10% or even 5%, I want another alert and I want to sell it. So if we go more into the past in the bull market, you can see that these green stripes, they're actually amazing, and they are showing the perfect bottoms, okay? They're showing really, really good bottoms. Now, I don't want to say that they're showing that absolute bottom, but they're showing bottoming patterns. And after these patterns, we usually tend to go to the upside. So to answer the question whether it is time to buy or to sell, it is not time to buy right now. Sure, we are trending up and the trend is clearly up, at least the short-term trend. However, we are far behind from the last buy signal. And what I would do, I would simply wait for the next buy signal. And if you watch my previous videos, you know that we are waiting for the ultimate Bitcoin bottom before we resume to 100K. So don't overtrade, listen to cycles, subscribe to Strategy Master Cycles. You will get access to those indicators. And of course, trade your cryptocurrencies on BTCC Crypto Exchange. I want to show it one last time. You will see the very first link is the BTCC link with the $10,000 bonus. You click on that link, you register, you deposit, and you make good money out of your trades. So it is 10% bonus on your deposit. You deposit 1,000, you get 100. You deposit 5,000, you get 500. So it's basically free money. I love exchanges and I love places that they're giving me free money, and I'm using them every single time. So register, trade, and make money together with me. See you in the next one.